What's up guys, and welcome back to episode 5 of Feed the Beast Interactions. Now, I got quite a bit done between episodes this time. First of all, you might notice I now have a bunch of extra hearts. I also have toughness 5, strength and resistance. This comes because I've filled up my nutrition. I planted up a bunch of Pam's crops and I've made 4 so far high tier foods that contain all of the nutrients, and so hopefully I should be able to maintain that buff from now on. It was a bit of a pain, especially finding these trees, but I know I don't really have to worry about it for the rest of the game. Also, between episodes, I started building. It's not finished yet, but you kind of get the idea. I kind of regret building a staircase all the way up to 120 to build my Astral Sorcery platform, but we live and we learn. So the idea is that this will be like the main entranceway. We'll have like our AE2 terminals here, probably storage, all those sorts of things. This will be the machinery side of the base, I guess is the best way to put it. So we'll put most of the tech stuff over on this side, all the Greg tech and stuff. And then over on this side of the base is where I'm planning to put magic. It's not really built yet, but I realised we were going to have to start Astral Sorcery today, so I had to build this massive staircase. But I'll get around to finishing it in between episodes. So what I want to get done today is to try and get our first LV machines up and running. Now, I also finished off in between episodes just crafting the last couple of steam machines and the high pressure boiler from the quests. So in order to power these, it seems like the best idea, according to the quest book, is to do this automated steam setup here. And this is to use 3 coke ovens, 1 that processes wood to charcoal and 2 that process charcoal from charcoal to coke coal, I think it is. And we fuel this with an Astral Sorcery tree beacon, which is what we're going to need Astral Sorcery for, obviously. Now, I have already built all of the parts for the multi-block because that took ages and I didn't really want to mess about with that while recording. I haven't built the boiler yet, so we'll have to see if we get time to finish that up today. I should hope so. But in order to make the tree beacon, we're going to have to get started on Astral Sorcery. I did go out and find some aquamarine, so we've got enough just to get going. And we will need to make this luminous crafting table, which is just marble, a crafting table, sooty marble, and mana. And then I believe from there... Ah yes, of course, we will also need to get Demonic Will from Blood Magic, which you get by throwing a snare at a mob and then killing it. And then we should be able to build the wand. That's what requires the Demonic Will. And then finally we can move on and build the tree beacon. Although this needs liquid starlight, so we will also have to build a light well, which again looks like it might be a little bit of a pain. So let's get started with the first things, and let's build this Astral Sorcery table first. I already have some marble. Crafting table is easy. I have a barrel of mana. This sissy marble is marble and low-grade charcoal in an alchemy array by the looks of it, or just marble and coal in an alloy smelter, which is how I'll probably do it. Let's get on with that. Okay, that's our luminous crafting table. Save. No, take. Next up, we're going to want the wands, which means we need demonic will. So we're going to need to make snares. These are glass shards, low covalence dust, or covalence dust, and coagulated blood drops. It means we need coagulated blood. Which we can get from melting down rotten flesh and casting it out. Okay, this should be our coagulated blood. There we go. And I'll just hang that up on the drying rack, and it takes about 5 minutes. So we'll come back to that. Okay, so there we have everything we need to make some snares. I'll grab those. We'll pop over into the darker side of the island and see whether we can get something not too scary to follow us. It is absolutely pitch black out here at night. And the hostile mobs in this pack are actually really worrying. There's a spider. I think I can do it with a spider. There we go. And there's our demonic will. And there's our resonating wand. Okay. And now, yes, this does still work the same as I remember it. If we run around at night with this, see these white sparks, those are where rock crystals are located. I think they're really deep underground near bedrock. We should be able to find some right about here. This block maybe. I'm going to dig down, definitely not straight down, and see what we can find. Here we go, some rock crystal ore. Definitely didn't just dig straight down. Grab that. And that'll give us a couple of rock crystals. I'm going to have a quick dig around and see if I can find any more. And then I will climb back up. Okay, here we are up at Y120. This is the highest level that adjusts the amount of starlight that you get in the table. That's why I built all the way up here. Just a basic platform at the moment. Pretty sure you don't need a multi-block for just the basic crafting table. Let's see what we need to make this light well. We're going to need 2 ruined marble, 2 chiseled marble, 3 ruined marble, 2 chiseled marble. We want 2 chiseled marble. And 3 ruined marble. Actually a different sort of marble. Oh, so it is. It's maybe the arcane workbench. Well, thankfully, in this quest, it gave us enough. So it was 3 ruined, 2 chiseled, a crystal in the middle. That one's bigger, so I'll hold on to that for now. 2 iron plates and a basic lens. The basic lens was just 3 glass panes in a crafting table. And it looks like the recipe's ready to craft, so we just hit it with the wand. And there will be our light well. And we should be able to, I believe, get a bucket of starlight just by popping that in there. And this will take just a couple of minutes to fill up the tank. And while that bucket of starlight crafts up, we also need to make one of these lenses. There we go. And for the tree beacon, it's the lens, 6 of these mineral leaves, a great wood sapling. This was just an oak sapling next to a pure daisy. It was really easy. And then we're just going to need a bucket of starlight. And we have about half a bucket, so I'll just give it a few minutes. Okay, so we have bucket liquid starlight now. I'll just grab that and pop that in there. And there we have the tree beacon. Again, we'll right click on it. I do love the atmosphere of Astral Sorcery, I always have. It's been a while since I've played around with it as well. It's nice to have a pack that's got it again. And here's our tree beacon. I'm going to have to go all the way back there, down here. What I'll probably do is set it up in this area behind the main base, and then bring it through the wall here, and put power in this corner of the machine room there. So I'll be back with you soon. Set up the tree beacon out on the back of the base here. I was looking through the Discord and they recommend to do mineral logs because there's other uses for them. We got this advanced item collector and the item filter as quest rewards, and these are just filling up this chest. And then under here I've just got some Ender IO item conduits, which I got a few for my quest reward, and I got the rest from just crafting them. There was some pulsating iron nuggets, or ingots, as a quest reward for the alloy smelter. So I just grabbed those, and it's just 3 nuggets to make 8 conduit, and some conduit binder, which is just the normal sand, gravel, and clay. So I piped all that into here, and I've just hooked it up to 4 barrels from Ender Utilities. Now I believe the quest for this gives, I do want that key and I want that void upgrade, and I think this quest as well, thought something here gave. Oh, I was wrong about that. I'm going to have to figure out getting some more of these void upgrades, because I think these drawers will fill up quite quickly. I'm not going to void the logs, hopefully. We'll guess we'll see what else fills up over time. We'll lock all of these. Just keep that in there for now. And next we're going to set up the advanced coke oven, and we've got all the pieces here. It wasn't too difficult to craft. Brick bronze hole we've crafted before, which is bricks, bronze and brass. The machine controllers were a bit of a pain because I had to make some basic circuits. We'll make a lot more of these as we go into LV, so I'll go through the recipe for those then. Some gold plates, advanced alloy plates, which is iron, bronze and tin crafted together and then compressed in the compressor. And the machine casing, which is just an iron gear which made in the alloy smelter with a cast. Red alloy plates, which is just redstone and copper. This was quite an expensive set of crafting overall. The blueprints weren't particularly difficult. We had everything for these things, it just took a little while. And I'll get these set up here now. Also, I found the other barrel void upgrades. It was the tree beacon quest that gave them. So now that we have did I already put these on one of these? I put it in here, didn't I? There we go. We can put one in each of these to make sure the system never backs up. Okay, so I've gone ahead and set up these advanced coke ovens. These can share sides on the top and bottom, so there's 3 of them here. And this bottom one processes the wood that comes from here into charcoal, is stored in here, and then it gets taken out of there and put into these top two, which are making the coke coal. And when they finish, they come out and it's stored in there. I just set all of this up with item conduits and use different colours to make sure everything goes to the right place. Storing, I built a portable tank and I'm just going to store 20 buckets of creosote in the back, and then that's on a higher priority than this. We'll just trash anything that's left over. Next up, we're going to try and build this boiler, but before we do that, I'm going to have to go mining because I've used almost all of the resources that I mined earlier. But I'll be back with you when we're in a position to build a boiler. Okay, I'm back. It's quite a bit later, and I went down a rabbit hole, and we're just going to learn from my stupidity here real quick. So, I've been recording for quite a while today, and I'm pretty tired. Probably more tired than you should be when doing Greg Tech. And, you know, I thought maybe I'd make life easier for future me. And there's this quest in the book. Where is it? This one. You build 16 circuits and you get a bunch of the parts back. Great, I thought this is a brilliant idea. After crafting, you know, something like 100 wires at 1.5 ingots each, remembering that in 3 machines' time, those wires are only going to cost 1/4 of an ingot, I now feel really stupid. But on the plus side, I have 16 circuits. Don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes. Don't batch craft until LV. Okay, and this is the large bronze boiler. I've got it set up and running. I've throttled it down to 50%. It's because I don't think I'm going to need all of the steam it can output. And I'm assuming that it won't stop. And it'll carry on consuming fuel even when the output's full. Yep, definitely looks like it. So we're just putting the coke coal in here with item conduits, and then we're also putting the creosote in here as well for now. Kind of prefer to use this as a backup, but I'm not really sure how to set that. And then down here there's an aqueous accumulator that's surrounded with water, which is providing the water for it. And that's our steam boiler setup. And now we should be able to use this to power... I'm not really sure how many turbines this can power, but I'd imagine a fair few. And the quest books suggest that you can even use these all the way up to high voltage if you build a second one. I don't know if I'm going to be using it that long, but it's definitely going to be good to get started with. And I haven't got as much done as I would have liked to have done today, and the episode's a little bit shorter than I would have liked, but it's taken me a long time to do all the mining and all the building and stuff over the last couple of days. So I'm going to end this episode here. As always, if you've got any feedback, I'd love for you to leave it down in the comments. Next episode, hopefully tomorrow, we will get our first line of LV machines up and running. No longer have to pay the stupid resource costs for plates and wires, and move on from there. Thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.